morning, everyone. Welcome to all of you who are joining us here in Silicon Valley and to everyone who's joining us online from around the world. It has been just an incredibly exciting year with all of the new products and all the innovation that has come across our business and our industry. But today, it's all about AI. We have a lot of new AI solutions to launch today and to news to share with you, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, I know we've all felt this year. I mean, it's been just an amazing year. I mean, if you think about it, a year ago, OpenAI unveiled ChatGPT, and it's really sparked a revolution that has totally reshaped the technology landscape. In this just short amount of time, AI hasn't just progressed, it's actually exploded. The year has shown us that AI isn't just kind of a cool new thing, it's actually the future of computing. And at AMD, when we think about it, we actually view AI as the single most transformational technology over the last 50 years. Maybe the only thing that has been close has been the introduction of the internet. But what's different about AI is that the adoption rate is just much, much faster. So, although so much has happened, the truth is, right now, we're just at the very beginning of the AI era. And we can see how it's so capable of touching every aspect of our lives. So if you guys just take a step back and just look, I mean, AI is already being used everywhere. Think about improving healthcare, accelerating climate research, enabling personal assistance for all of us and for greater business productivity, things like industrial robotics, security, and providing lots of new tools for content creators. Now, the key to all of this is generative AI. It requires a significant investment in new infrastructure, and that's to enable training and all of the inference that's needed. And that market is just huge. Now, a year ago when we were thinking about AI, we were super excited, and we estimated the data center AI accelerator market would grow approximately 50% annually over the next few years, from something like $30 billion in 2023 to more than $150 billion in 2027. And that felt like a big number. However, as we look at everything that's happened in the last 12 months and the rate and pace of adoption that we're seeing across the industry, across our customers, across the world, it's really clear that the demand is just growing much, much faster. So if you look at now to enable AI infrastructure, of course it starts with the cloud, but it goes into the enterprise. We believe we'll see plenty of AI throughout the embedded markets and into personal computing. We're now expecting that the data center accelerator TAM will grow more than 70% annually over the next 4 years to over $400 billion in 2027. So does that sound exciting for us as an industry? I have to say, for someone like me who's been in the industry for a while, this pace of innovation is faster than anything I've ever seen before. And for us at AMD, we are so well positioned to power that end-to-end infrastructure that defines this new AI era. Thinking about massive cloud server installations we're going to talk about on-prem enterprise clusters, to the next generation of AI in embedded and PCs. Our AI strategy is really centered around 3 big strategic priorities. First, we must deliver a broad portfolio of very performant, energy-efficient GPUs, CPUs, and adaptive computing solutions for AI training and inference. And we believe, frankly, that you're going to need all of these pieces for AI. Second, it's really about expanding our open, proven, and being very developer-friendly in our software platform to ensure that leading AI frameworks, libraries, and models are all fully enabled for AMD hardware, and that it's really easy for people to use. And then third, it's really about partnership. You're going to see a lot of partners today. That's who we are as a company. It's about expanding the co-innovation work and working with all parts of the ecosystem, including cloud providers, OEMs, software developers. You're going to hear from some really AI leaders in the industry to really accelerate how we work together and get that widespread deployment of our solutions across the board. So we have so much to share with you today. I'd like to get started. And of course, let's start with the cloud. Generative AI is the most demanding data center workload ever. It requires tens of thousands of accelerators to train and refine models with billions of parameters, And that same infrastructure is also needed to answer the millions of queries from everyone around the world to these smart models. And it's very simple. The more compute you have, the more capable the model, the faster the answers are generated. And the GPU is at the center of this generative AI world. And right now, I think we all know it, everyone I talk to says it, the availability and capability of GPU compute is the single most important driver of AI adoption. Do you guys agree with that? So that's why I'm so excited today to launch our Instinct MI300X. It's the highest performance accelerator in the world for generative AI. MI300X is actually built on our new CDNA 3 data center architecture, and it's optimized for performance and power efficiency. CDNA 3 has a lot of new features. It combines a new compute engine. It supports sparsity, the latest data formats, including FP8. It has industry-leading memory capacity and bandwidth, and we're going to talk a lot about memory today. And it's built on the most advanced process technologies and 3D packaging. So if you compare it to our previous generation, which frankly was also very good, CDNA 3 actually delivers more than 3 times higher performance for key AI data types like FP16 and BF16, and a nearly 7 times increase in INT8 performance. So if you look underneath it, how do we get MI300X? It's actually 153 billion transistors, 153 billion. It's across a dozen 5-nanometer and 6-nanometer chiplets. It uses the most advanced packaging in the world. And if you take a look at how we put it together, it's actually pretty amazing. We start with 4 I/O die in the base layer. And what we have on the I/O dies are 256 megabytes of infinity cache and all of the next-gen I/O that you need. Things like 128-channel HBM3 interfaces, PCIe Gen 5 support, our 4th-gen Infinity Fabric that connects multiple MI300Xs so that we get 896 gigabytes per second. And then we stack 8 CDNA 3 accelerator chiplets, or XCDs, on top of the I/O die. And that's where we deliver 1.3 petaflops of FP16 and 2.6 petaflops of FP8 performance. And then we connect these 304 compute units with dense through-silicon vias, or TSVs, and that supports up to 17 terabytes per second of bandwidth. And of course, to take advantage of all of this compute, we connect 8 stacks of HBM3 for a total of 192 gigabytes of memory at 5.3 terabytes per second of bandwidth. That's a lot of stuff on that chip. I have to say, it's truly the most advanced product we've ever built, and it is the most advanced AI accelerator in the industry. Now, let's talk about some of the performance and why it's so great. For generative AI, memory capacity and bandwidth are really important for performance. If you look at MI300X, we made a very conscious decision to add more flexibility, more memory capacity, and more bandwidth. And what that translates to is 2.4 times more memory capacity and 1.6 times more memory bandwidth than the competition. Now, when you run things like lower precision data types that are widely used in LLMs, the new CDNA 3 compute units and memory density actually enable MI300X to deliver 1.3 times more teraflops of FP8 and FP16 performance than the competition. Now, these are good numbers, but what's more important is how things look in real-world inference workloads. So let's start with some of the most common kernels used by the latest AI models. LLMs use attention algorithms to generate precise results. So for something like Flash Attention 2 kernels, MI300X actually delivers up to 1.2 times better performance than the competition. And if you look at something like the Llama 2 70B LLM, and we're going to use this a lot throughout the show, MI300X again delivers up to 1.2 times more performance. And what this means is the performance at the kernel level actually directly translates into faster results when running LLMs on a single MI300X accelerator. But we also know, we talked about these models getting so large, so what's really important is how that AI performance scales when you go to the platform level and beyond. So let's take a look at how MI300X scales. Let's start first with training. Training is really hard. People talk about how hard training is. When you look at something like the 30 billion parameter model from Databricks, MPT LLM, it's a pretty good example of something that is used by multiple enterprises for a lot of different things. And you can see here that the training performance for MI300X is actually equal to the competition. And that means it's actually a very, very competitive training platform today. But when you turn to the inference performance of MI300X, this is where our performance really shines. We're showing some data here on measured data on two widely used models. Bloom 176B, it's the world's largest open multi-language AI model. It generates text in 46 languages. And our Llama 270B, which is also very popular, as I said, for enterprise customers. And what we see in this case is a single server with 8 MI300X accelerators is substantially faster than the competition, 1.4 to 1.6x. So these are pretty big numbers here. And what this performance does is it just directly translates into a better user experience. You guys have used it. When you ask the model something, you'd like it to come back faster, especially as the responses get more complicated. So that gives you a view of the performance of MI300X. Now, excited as we are about the performance, we are even more excited about the work we're doing with our partners. So let me turn to our first guest, very, very special. Microsoft is truly a visionary leader in AI. We've been so fortunate to have a deep partnership with Microsoft for many, many years across all aspects of our business. And the work we're doing today in AI is truly taking that partnership to the next level. So here to tell us more about that is Microsoft's Chief Technology Officer, Kevin Scott. Kevin, it is so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here with us.
It's a real pleasure to be here with you all today.
We've done so much work together on EPYC and Instinct over the years. Can you just tell our audience a little bit about that partnership?
Yeah, I think Microsoft and AMD have a very special partnership, and as you mentioned, it has been one that we've enjoyed for a really long time. It started with the PC. It continued then with a bunch of custom silicon work that we've done together over the years on Xbox. It's extended through the work that we've done with you all on EPYC for the high-performance computing workloads that we have in our cloud. And the thing that I've been spending a bunch of time with you all on the past couple of years, actually a little bit longer even, is on AI compute, which I think everybody now understands how important it is to driving progress on this new platform that we're trying to deliver to the world.
I have to say we talk pretty often.
We do.
Kevin, what I admire so much is just your vision, Satya's vision about where AI is going in the industry. So can you just, give us a perspective of where are we on this journey?
Yeah, so we have been with a huge amount of intensity over the past 5 years or so, been trying to prepare for the moment that I think we brought the world into over the past year. So it is almost a year to the day since the launch of ChatGPT, which I think is perhaps most people's first contact with this new wave of generative AI. But the thing that allowed Microsoft and OpenAI to do this was just a deep amount of infrastructure work that we've been investing in for a very long while. One of the things that we realized fairly early in our journey is just how important compute was going to be and just how important it is to think about the sort of full systems optimization. So the work that we've been doing with you all has been not just about figuring out what the silicon architecture looks like, but that's been a very important thing in making sure that we together are building things that are going to intercept where the actual platform is going to be years in advance, but also just doing all of that software work that needs to be done to make this thing usable by all of the developers of the world.
I think that's really key. I think sometimes people don't understand. They think about like AI as this year, but I mean the truth is we've been building the foundation for so many years. Kevin, I want to take this moment to really acknowledge that Microsoft has been so instrumental in our AI journey. I mean the work we've done over the last several generations, the software work that we're doing, the platform work that we're doing. We're super excited for this moment. Now, I know you guys just had Ignite recently, and Satya previewed some of the stuff you're doing with 300X, but can you share that with our audience?
We're super enthusiastic about 300X. Satya announced that the MI300X VMs were going to be available in Azure. It's really, really exciting right now, sort of seeing the bring up of GPT-4 on MI300X, seeing the performance of Llama 2, getting it rolled into production. And the thing that I'm excited here today is we will have the MI300X VMs in preview available today.
I completely agree with you. The thing that's so exciting about AI is every day we discover something new.
Every day.
And we're learning that together. So, Kevin, we're so honored to be Microsoft's partner in AI. Thank you for all the work that your teams have done, that we've done together. And we look forward to a lot more progress.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you
very
for being
much.
Here. All right, so look, we certainly do learn a tremendous amount every day, and we're always pushing the envelope. Let me talk to you a little bit about how we bring more people into our ecosystem. So when I talk about the Instinct platform, you have to understand our goal has really been to enable as many customers as possible to deploy Instinct as fast and as simply as possible. And to do this, we really adopted industry standards. So we built the Instinct platform based on an industry standard OCP server design. And I'd actually like to show you what that means, because I don't know if everyone understands. So let's bring her out. Her or him? I don't. Let me show you the most powerful Gen AI computer in the world. Now, those of you who follow our shows know that I'm usually holding up a chip, but we've shown you the MI300X chip already, so we thought it would be important to show you just what it means to do generative AI at a system level. What you see here is 8 MI300X GPUs, and they're connected by our high-performance Infinity Fabric in an OCP-compliant design. Now, what makes that special? So this board actually drops right into any OCP-compliant design, which is the majority of AI systems today. And we did this for a very deliberate reason. We want to make this as easy as possible for customers to adopt, so you can take out your other board and put in the MI300X Instinct platform. And if you take a look at the specifications, we actually support all of the same connectivity and networking capabilities of our competition. So PCI Gen 5, support for 400 gig Ethernet, that 896 gigabytes per second of total system bandwidth. But all of that is with 2.4 times more memory and 1.3 times more compute server than the competition. So that's really why we call it the most powerful Gen AI system in the world. Now, I've talked about some of the performance in AI workloads, but I want to give you just a little bit more color on that. When you look at deploying servers at scale, it's not just about performance. Our customers are also trying to optimize power, space, CapEx, and OpEx. And that's where you see some really nice benefits of our platform. So when you compare our Instinct platform to the competition, I've already showed you that we deliver comparable training performance and significantly higher inference performance. But in addition, what that memory capacity and bandwidth gives us is that customers can actually either run more models, if you're running multiple models on a given server, or you can run larger models on that same server. So in the case where you're running multiple different models on a single server, the Instinct platform can run twice as many models for both training and inference than the competition. And on the other side, if what you're doing is trying to run very large models, you'd like to fit them on as few GPUs as possible. And so with the FP16 data format, you can run twice the number of LLMs on a single MI300X server compared to our competition. And this directly translates into lower CapEx. And especially if you don't have enough GPUs, this is really, really helpful. So to talk more about MI300X and how we're bringing it to market, let me bring our next guest to the stage. Oracle Cloud and AMD have been engaged for many, many years in bringing great computing solutions to the cloud. Here to tell us more about our work together is Karan Bhatta, Senior Vice President at Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Hey, Karan.
Hi, Lisa.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your partnership. Can you tell us a little bit about the work that we're doing together?
Yeah, thank you. Excited to be here today. Oracle and AMD have been working together for a long, long time, right? Since the inception of OCI back in 2017. And so, we've launched every generation of EPYC as part of our bare metal compute platform, and it's been so successful, customers like Red Bull as an example. And we've expanded that across the board for all of a portfolio of PaaS services like Kubernetes, VMware, et cetera. And then we are also collaborating on Pensando DPUs, where we offload a lot of that logic so that customers can get much better performance, flexibility. And then, earlier this year, we also announced that we're partnering with you guys on Exadata,
Yes.
which is a big deal, right? So we're super excited about our partnership with AMD and what's to come with 300X.
Yeah, I mean, look, we really appreciate OCI has really been a leading customer as we talk about how do we bring new technology into Oracle Cloud. Now, you're spending a lot of time on AI as well. Tell us a little bit about your strategy for AI and how we fit into that strategy.
Absolutely. We're spending a lot of time on AI, obviously.
Everyone is.
We
are.
Everybody is. It's the new thing. We're doing that across the stack, from infrastructure all the way up to applications. Oracle's an applications company as well. And so we're doing that across the stack. But from an infrastructure standpoint, we're investing a lot of effort into our core compute stack, our networking stack. We announced clustered networking. And what I'm really excited to announce is that we're going to be supporting MI300X as part of that bare metal compute stack.
We are super thrilled about that partnership. We love the fact that you're going to have 300X. I know your customers and our customers are talking to us every day about it. Tell us a little bit about what customers are saying.
Yeah, we've been working with a lot of customers. Obviously, we've been collaborating a lot at the engineering level as well with AMD. And customers are seeing incredible results already from the previous generation, and so I think that will actually carry through with the 300X. And so much so that we're also excited to actually support MI300X as part of our generative AI service that's going to be coming up live very soon as well. So we're very, very excited about that. We're working with some of our early customer adopters like Naveen from Databricks Mosaic. So we're very excited about the possibility. We're also very excited about the fact that the ROCm ecosystem is going to help us continue that effort moving forward. So we're very pumped.
That's wonderful. Karan, thank you so much. Thank your teams. We're so excited about the work we're doing together and look forward to a lot more.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Now, as important as the hardware is, software actually is what drives adoption. And we have made significant investments in our software capabilities and our overall ecosystem. So let me now welcome to the stage AMD President Victor Peng to talk about our software and ecosystem progress.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, and good morning, everyone. Last June at the AI event in San Francisco, I said that the ROCm software stack was open, proven, and ready. And today, I'm really excited to tell you about the tremendous progress we've made in delivering powerful new features, as well as the high performance on ROCm, and how the ecosystem partners have been significantly expanding the support for Instinct GPUs and in the entire product portfolio. Today, there are multiple tens of thousands of AI models that run right out of the box on Instinct. And more developers are running on the MI250, and soon they'll be running on the MI300. So we've expanded deployments in the data center, at the edge, in client, and embedded applications of our GPUs, CPUs, FPGAs, and adaptive SoCs, really end to end. And we're executing on that strategy of building a unified AI software stack so any model, including generative AI, can run seamlessly across our entire product portfolio. Now, today I'm going to focus on ROCm and the expanded ecosystem support for our Instinct GPUs. We architected ROCm to be modular and open source to enable very broad user accessibility and rapid contribution by the open source community and AI community. Open source and the ecosystem are really integral to our software strategy, and in fact, really open is integral to our overall strategy. This contrasts with CUDA, which is proprietary and closed. Now, the open source community, everybody knows, moves at the speed of light in deploying and proliferating new algorithms, models, tools, and performance enhancements. And we are definitely seeing the benefits of that in the tremendous ecosystem momentum that we've established. To further accelerate developer adoption, we recently announced that we're going to be supporting ROCm and our Radeon GPUs. This makes AI development on AMD GPUs more accessible to more developers, startups, and researchers. So our foot is firmly on the gas pedal with driving the MI300 to volume production and our next ROCm release. So I'm really super excited that we'll be shipping ROCm 6 later this month. I'm really proud of what the team has done with this really big release. ROCm 6 has been optimized for Gen AI, particularly large language models, has powerful new features, library optimizations, expanded ecosystem support, and increases performance by factors. It really delivers for AI developers. ROCm 6 supports FP16, BF16, and the new FP8 data types for higher performance while reducing both memory and bandwidth needs. We've incorporated advanced graph and kernel optimizations and optimized libraries for improved efficiency. We're shipping state-of-the-art attention algorithms like Flash Attention 2, Page Attention, which are critical for performant LLMs and other models. These algorithms and optimizations are complemented with a new release of RICL, our collective communications library for efficient, very large-scale GPU deployments. So look, the bottom line is ROCm 6 delivers a quantum leap in performance and capability. Now, I'm going to first walk you through the inference performance gains you'll see with some of these optimizations on ROCm 6. So for instance, running a 70 billion Llama 2 model, page attention and other algorithms speed up the token generation by paging attention keys and values, delivering 2.6x higher performance. HipGraph allows processing to be defined in graphs rather than single operations, and that delivers a 1.4x speedup. Flash Attention, which is widely used kernel for very high-performance LLM performance, delivers 1.3x speedup. So all those optimizations together deliver an 8x speedup on the MI300X with ROCm 6 compared to the MI250 and ROCm 5. That's 8x performance in a single generation. So this is one of the huge benefits we provide to customers with this great performance improvement with the MI300X. So now let's look at it from a competitive perspective. Lisa had highlighted the performance of large models running on multiple GPUs. What I'm sharing here is how the performance of smaller models running on single GPUs, in this case, the 13 billion Llama 2 model. The MI300X and ROCm 6 together deliver 1.2x higher performance than the competition. So look, this is the reason why our customers and our partners are super excited about creating the next innovations in AI on the MI300X. So look, we're relentlessly focused on delivering leadership technology and very comprehensive software support for AI developers. And to fuel that drive, we've been significantly strengthening our software teams through both organic and inorganic means, and we're expanding our ecosystem engagements. So we recently acquired Nod.ai and Mipsology. Nod brings world-class expertise in open-source compilers and runtime technology. They've been instrumental in the MLIR compiler technology, as well as in the communities. And as part of our team, they are significantly strengthening our customer engagements, and they're accelerating our software development plans. Mipsology also strengthens our capabilities, and they're especially in delivering to customers in very AI-rich applications like autonomous vehicles and industrial automation. So now let me turn over to the ecosystem. In addition to working closely with the ecosystem, we announced that we had the partnership with Hugging Face just last June. Today, they have 62,000 models running daily on Instinct platforms. And in addition, we've worked closely on getting these LLM optimizations as part of their optimal library and toolkit. Our partnership with PyTorch Foundation has also continued to thrive with CI/CD pipelines and validation, enabling developers to target our platforms directly. And we continue to make very significant contributions to all the major frameworks, including upstream support for AMD GPUs in JAX, OpenXLA, QPy, and even initiatives like Deep Speed for Science. Just yesterday, the AI Alliance was announced with over 50 founding members that also include AMD, IBM, and Meta, and other companies. And I'm really delighted to share some very late-breaking news. AMD GPUs, including the MI300, will be supported in the standard OpenAI Triton distribution, starting with the 3.0 release. We're really thrilled to be working with Philippe Tillet, who created Triton, and the whole OpenAI team. AI developers using the OpenAI Triton are more productive working at a higher level of design abstraction, and they still get really excellent performance. This is great for developers and aligned with our strategy to empower developers with powerful and open software stacks and GPU platforms. This is in contrast to the much greater effort developers would need to invest working at a much lower level of abstraction in order to eke out performance. Now, I've shared a lot with you about the progress we made on software, but the best indication of the progress we've really made are the people who are using our software and GPUs and what they're saying. So it gives me great pleasure to have 3 AI luminaries and entrepreneurs from Databricks, Essential AI, and Lamini to join me on stage. Please give a very warm welcome to Ian Stoica, Ashish Vaswani, and Sharon Jones. Ashish, you sit here. Sharon, Ian's, sorry, Sharon. Okay, great. Welcome, Ian, Ashish, and Sharon. Thank you so much for joining us here. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to ask each of you, a bit about first with the mission of your company, and share about the innovations you're doing with our GPUs and software, and what the experience has been like. So, let me start with you. Now, you're also not only founder of Databricks, but you're on the staff, the department of UC Berkeley, director of Sky Computing Labs, and also you've been working with Anyscale and many AI, startups. So maybe you could talk about, your engagement with AMD as well as your experience in the MI200 and the MI300.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very glad to be here. And yes, indeed, I collaborated with AMD. Wearing multiple hats. I'm director of a Sky Computing Lab at Berkeley, which AMD is supporting, and also founders of Anyscale and Databricks. And in all my work over the year, one thing I really focused on is democratizing the access to AI. What this means, it's improving the scale, performance, and cost, reducing the cost to run these large AI applications, which means everything from AI workloads, everything from training, fine-tuning, inference, and generative AI applications. Just to give you some examples, we developed VLLM, which is arguably now the most popular open source inference engines for LLMs. We have developed Ray, another open source framework which is used to distribute machine learning workloads. Ray has been used by OpenAI to train ChatGPT, and more recently, Sky Computing, one of the projects there is Sky Pilot, which helps you to run your applications, or machine learning applications and workloads across multiple clouds. And why do you want to do that? Because you want to alleviate the scarcity of the GPUs and reduce the costs. Now, when it comes to our collaborations, we collaborate on all these kind of projects. And one thing which was very pleasant surprise is that it was very easy to run and include ROCm in our stack. It really is, it runs out of the box from day one. Of course, you need to do more optimization for that, and this is what we are doing and we are working on. So, for instance, we had the support for MI250 and to Ray, and we are working, actually collaborating with AMD, like I mentioned, to optimize the inference for VLLM, again, running on MI250 and MI300X. And from the point of view of SkyPilot, we're really looking forward to have more and more of MI250s and MI300X in various clouds, so we have more choices.
Well, it's on its way. Thank you so much for all the collaboration across all those. So Ashish, why don't you tell us about Essential's mission and also your experiencing with ROCm and Instinct?
Thank you. Oh, thanks. Great to be here, Victor. Essentials, we're really excited. We're really excited to push the boundaries of human-machine partnership in enterprises. We should be able to do. We're at the beginning stages where we'll be able to do 10x or 50x more than what we can just do by ourselves today. So we're extremely excited, and what that's going to take, is. Our belief is going to be a full-stack approach. So you're building the models, serving infrastructure, but more importantly, understanding workflows in enterprises today and giving people the tools to configure these models, teach these models to configure them for their workflows end to end. And so the models learn with feedback. They get better with feedback. They get smarter, and then and then they're eventually able to even guide non-experts to do tasks they were not able to do. So we're really excited, and we actually were lucky to start to benchmark the 250s earlier this year, and hey, we want to solve a couple of hard problems, scientific problems, and we were like, hey, are we going to get long context? And check, okay, so are we going to be able to train larger models? Are we able to serve larger models in smaller chips? And so, and as we saw, and the ease of using the software was also very pleasant. And then we saw how things were progressing. And for example, I think in 2 months, I believe, flash attention, which is a critical component to actually scale to longer sequences, appeared. So I was generally very happy and just impressed with the progress and excited about the chips.
Thanks so much, Ashish. And Sharon. So Sharon, Lamia has a very innovative business model and working with enterprise, for their private models. Why don't you share the mission and how the experience with AMD has been?
Yeah, thanks, Victor. So by way of quick background, Sharon, co-founder, CEO of Lamini. Most recently, I was a computer science faculty at Stanford, leading a research group in generative AI. Did my PhD there also under Andrew Ng and teach about 250,000 students and professionals online in generative AI. And I left Stanford to pursue Lamini and co-found Lamini on the premise of making the magical, difficult, expensive pieces of building your own language model inside an enterprise extremely accessible, easy to use, so that companies who understand their domain-specific problems best can be the ones who can actually wield this technology and, more importantly, fully own that technology. In just a few lines of code, you can run an LLM and be able to imbue it with knowledge from millions of documents, which is 40,000 times more than hitting Claude 2 Pro on that API. So just a huge amount of information can be imbued into this technology using our infrastructure. And more importantly, our customers get to fully own their models. For example, Nordic Track, one of our customers that makes all the ellipticals and treadmills in the gym, parent companies iFit, they have over 6 million users on their mobile app platform. And so they're building an LLM that can actually create this personal AI fitness coach imbued with all the knowledge they have in-house on what a good fitness coach is. And it turns out it's actually not a professional athlete. They tried to hire Michael Phelps, did not work. So they have real knowledge inside of their company, and they're imbuing the LLM with that so that we can all have personal fitness trainers. So we're very excited to be working with AMD. We actually have had a cloud, AMD cloud in production for over the past year on MI200, so MI210, MI250s, and we're very excited about the MI300s. And I think something that's been super important to us is that with Lamini software, we've actually reached software parity with CUDA. On all the things that matter with large language models, including inference and training. And I would say even beyond CUDA. We have reached beyond CUDA for things that matter for our customers. So that's including higher memory or higher capacity means bigger models. And our customers want to want to be able to build bigger and more capable models. And then a second point, which Lisa kind of touched on earlier today, is these machines, these chips can actually, given higher bandwidth, be able to return results with lower latency, which matters for the user experience of certainly a personal fitness coach, but for all of our customers as well.
Super exciting. That's great. Great. So, back to you, changing this up a little bit. So, you heard several key components of ROCm is open source, and we did that for rapid adoption and also getting better, more enhancements from the community, both open source and AI. So, what do you think about this strategy, and how do you think this approach might help some of the companies that you've founded?
Yeah. So, obviously, given my history, really love the open source. I love the open source ecosystem, and we try to do over time, do our own contribution, bring out. And I think that one thing to note is that many of the Gen AI tools today are open source. And we are talking here about Hugging Face, about PyTorch, Triton, like I mentioned, VLLM, Ray, and many others. And many of these these tools actually can run today on AMD and ROCm stack today. And this makes ROCm another key component of the open source ecosystem. And I think this is great. And it's in time, I'm sure that actually quite fast, it's like the community will take advantage of the unique capabilities of the AMD's MI250 and MI300X to innovate and to improve the performance of all these tools which are running at a higher level of the Gen AI stack.
Great, that's our purpose and aim, so glad to hear that. So I'm gonna, out of order execution, jump over to Sharon. So Sharon, what do you think about how AI workloads are evolving in the future, and what do you think AMD GPU Instinct, since you have great experience with it, and ROCm can play in that future of AI development?
Okay, so maybe a bit of a spicy take. I think that GoFi, good old-fashioned AI, is not the future of AI, and I really do think it's LLMs or some variant of LLMs of these models that can actually be able to soak up all this general knowledge that is missing from these traditional algorithms. And we've seen this across so many different algorithms in our customers already. Those who are even at the bleeding edge of recommendation systems, forecasting systems, classification are even using this because of that general knowledge that it's able to learn. So I think that's the future. It's maybe more known as Software 2.0, coined by my friend Andre Karpathy. And I really do think Software 2.0, which is hitting these models time and time again, instead of writing really extensive software inside a company, will be supporting Enterprises 2.0, meaning enterprises of the future, of the next generation. And I think the AMD Instinct GPUs are critical to basically ubiquitously supporting this Software 2.0 of the future. We absolutely need compute to be able to run these models efficiently, to run lots of these models, more of these models, and larger models with greater capabilities. So overall, very excited with the direction of not only these AI workloads, but also the direction that AMD is taking in doubling down on these MI300s that, of course, can take on larger models and more capable models for us.
Awesome. So Shish, we'll finish up with you, and I'll give you the same kind of question. So where do you think about the future of AI workloads, and how do you think our GPUs and ROCm can play, and and how you're driving things at Essential?
Yep. So I think that we have to improve reasoning and planning to solve these complex tasks. Like take an analyst, and if they want to absorb like an earnings call and figure out how they should revise their opinion on whether to invest in a company or what recommendations that they should provide. Right? It's actually going to take multiple reasoning over multiple steps. It's going to take ingesting a large document and being able to extract information from it, apply their models, actually ask for information when they don't have any, get world knowledge, but also maybe have some reasoning and some outside reasoning and planning there. And then for all these sort of, so when I look at like the MI300 with very large HBM and high memory bandwidth, I think of what's going to be unlocked and which capabilities are going to improve and what new capabilities will be available. So I mean, even with what we have today, just imagine a world where you can just you can process long documents, or you can make these models much more accurate by adding more examples in the prompt. But imagine like just complete user sessions that you can maintain in model state, how they would actually improve the end-to-end user experience, right? And I think that we're moving to a kind of architecture where what typically used to happen at inference, a lot of search is now going to go into training, where the models are going to explore thousands of solutions and eventually pick one that's actually the best option for the goal, the best solution for the goal. And that's good. And definitely the large HBM and high bandwidth is going to not only be important for serving large models with low latency for better end-to-end experience, but also for some of these new techniques that we're just exploring that are going to improve the capabilities of these models. So very excited about the new chip and what it's going to unlock. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Ashish. Jan, Ashish, Sharon, this has been really terrific. Thank you so much for all the great insights you have provided us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today. Thank you. It's just so exciting to hear what companies like Databricks, Essential AI, and Lamina are achieving with our GPUs, and just super thrilled that their experience with our software has been so smooth and really a delight. So you can tell they see absolutely no barriers, right? And they're extremely motivated to innovate on AMD platforms. Okay, to sum it up, what we've delivered over the past 6 months is empowering developers to execute their mission and realize their vision. We'll be shipping ROCm 6 very soon. It's optimized for LLMs, and together with the MI300X, it's going to deliver 8x gen-on-gen performance improvement, and it's higher performance in inference than the competition. We have 62,000 models running on Instinct today, and more models will be running on the MI300 very soon. We have very strong momentum, as you can see, in the ecosystem, adding OpenAI Triton to our extensive list of industry-standard frameworks, models, runtimes, and libraries. And you heard from the panelists, right? Our tools are proven and easy to use. Innovators are advancing the state-of-the-art of AI on AMD GPUs today. ROCm 6 and the MI300X will drive an inflection point in developer adoption. I'm confident of that. We're empowering innovators to realize the profound benefits of pervasive AI faster on AMD. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Lisa back on the stage.
Thank you, Victor. And weren't those innovators great? I mean, you love the energy and just all of the thought there. So look, as you can see, the team has really made great progress with ROCm and our overall software ecosystem. Now, I said I wanted, though, we really want broad adoption for MI300X. So let's go through and talk to some additional customers and partners who are early adopters of MI300X. Our next guest is a partner really at the forefront of Gen AI innovation and working across models, software, and hardware. Please welcome Ajit Matthews of Meta to the stage. Hello, Ajit. It's so nice of you to be here. We're incredibly proud of our partnership together. Meta and AMD have been doing so much work together. Can you tell us a little bit about Meta's vision in AI? Because it's really broad and key for the industry.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lisa. We are excited to partner with you and others and innovate together to bring generative AI to people around the world at scale. Generative AI is enabling new forms of connection for people around the world, giving them the tools to be more creative, expressive, and productive. We are investing for the future by building new experiences for people across our services and advancing open technologies and research for the industry. We recently launched AI stickers, image editing, Meta AI, which is our AI assistant that spans our family of apps and devices, and lots of AIs for people to interact within our messaging platforms. In July, we opened access to our Llama 2 family of models, and as you've seen it, have blown away by the reception from the community, who have built some truly amazing applications on top of them. We believe that an open approach feeds to better and safer technology in the long run, as we have seen from our involvement in the PyTorch Foundation, Open Compute Project, and across dozens of previous AI models and dataset releases. We're excited to have partnered with the industry on our generative AI work, including AMD. We have a shared vision to create new opportunities for innovation in both hardware and software to improve the performance and efficiency of AI solutions.
That's so great, Ajit. We completely agree. I mean, we completely agree with the vision. We agree with the open ecosystem, and that really being the path to get all of the innovation, from all of the smart folks in the industry. Now, we've collaborated a lot on the product front as well, both EPYC and Instinct. Can you talk a little bit about that work?
Yeah, absolutely. We have been working together on EPYC CPUs since 2019, and most recently deployed Genovo and Bergamo-based servers at scale across Meta's infrastructure, where it now serves many diverse workloads. But our partnership is much broader than EPYC CPUs. And we have been working together on Instinct GPUs starting since the MI100 in 2020. We have been benchmarking ROCm and working together on improvements for its support in PyTorch across each generation of AMD Instinct GPU, leading up to MI300X now. Over the years, ROCm has evolved, becoming a competitive software platform due to optimizations and ecosystem growth. AMD is a founding member of PyTorch Foundations and has made significant commitment to PyTorch investment, providing day zero support for PyTorch 2.0 with ROCm, torch.compile, torch.export. All of those things are great. We have seen tremendous progress on both Instinct GPU performance and ROCm maturity, and are excited to see ecosystem support grow beyond PyTorch 2.0, like to OpenAI Triton, today's announcement with respect to being a default backend of AMD. That's great. Flash Attention 2 is great. Hugging Face, great, and other industry frameworks. All of these are great partnerships.
It really means a lot to hear you say that, Ajit. I think we also view that it's been an incredible partnership. I think the teams work super closely together. That's what you need to do to drive innovation. And the work with the PyTorch Foundation is foundational for AMD, but really the ecosystem as well. But our partnership is very exciting right now with GPUs. So can you talk a little bit about the 300X plans?
Oh, here we go. We are excited to be expanding our partnership to include Instinct MI300X GPUs in our data centers for AI inference workloads.
Thank you, sir.
So, just to give a little background, MI300X leverages the OCP accelerator module, standard and platform, which has helped us adopt in record time. In fact, MI300X is trending to be one of the fastest design to deployment solutions in the Meta's history. We have also had a great experience with ROCm, and the performance is able to deliver with MI300X. The optimizations and the ecosystem growth over the years have made ROCm a competitive software platform. As model parameters increase and the Llama family of models continues to grow in size and power, which it will, the MI300X with its 192 GB of memory and higher memory bandwidth meets the expanding requirements for large language model inference. We are really pleased with the ROCm optimizations that AMD has done, focused on the Llama 2 family of models on MI300X. We are seeing great promising performance numbers, which we believe will benefit the industry. So, to summarize, we are thrilled with our partnership and excited about the capabilities offered by the MI300X and the ROCm platform as we start to scale their use in our infrastructure for production workloads.
That is absolutely fantastic, Ajit.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much. We are thrilled with the partnership, and we look forward to seeing lots of MI300Xs in your infrastructure. So thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
So super exciting. We said cloud is really where a lot of the infrastructure is being deployed, but enterprise is also super important. So when you think about the enterprise right now, many enterprises are actually thinking about their strategy. They want to deploy AI broadly across both cloud and on-prem. And we're working very closely with our OEM partners to bring very integrated enterprise AI solutions to the market. So to talk more about this, I'd like to invite one of our closest partners to the stage, Arthur Lewis, President of Dell Technologies Infrastructure Solutions Group. Hey, welcome, Arthur. I'm so glad you could join us for this event. And Dell and AMD have had such a strong history of partnership. I actually also think, Arthur, you have a very unique perspective of what's happening in the enterprise, just given your purview. So can we just start with giving the audience a little bit of a view of what's happening in enterprise AI?
Yeah, Lisa, thank you for having me today. We are at an inflection point with artificial intelligence. Traditional machine learning and now generative AI is a catalyst for much greater data utilization, making the value of data tangible and therefore quantifiable. Data, as we all know, is growing exponentially. 100 zettabytes of data was generated last year, more than doubling over the last 3 years. And IDC projects that data will double again by 2026. And it is clear that data is becoming the world's most valuable asset. And this data has gravity. 83% of the world's data resides on-prem, and much of the new data will be generated at the edge. Yet customers are dealing with years of rapid data growth, multiple copies on-prem, across clouds, proliferating data sources, formats, and tools. These challenges, if not overcome, will prevent customers from realizing the full potential of artificial intelligence and maximizing real business outcome. Today, customers are faced with two suboptimal choices. Number one, stitch together a complex web of technologies and tools and manage it themselves, or two, replicate their entire data estate in the public cloud. Customers need and deserve a better solution. Our job is to bring artificial intelligence to the data.
That's great perspective, Arthur, and that 83% of the data and where it resides, I think, is something that sticks in my mind a lot. Now let's move to a little bit of the technology. I mean, we've been partnering together to bring some great solutions to the market. Tell us more about what you have planned from a tech standpoint.
Well, today's an exciting day. We are announcing a much-anticipated update to the family of our PowerEdge 9680, the fastest-growing product in Dell ISG history, with the addition of AMD's Instinct MI300X accelerator for artificial intelligence. Effective today, we are going to be able to offer a new configuration of 8 MI300X accelerators, providing 1.5 terabytes of coherent HBM3 memory, delivering bandwidth of 5.3 terabytes per server. This is an unprecedented level of performance in the industry and will allow customers to consolidate large language model inferencing onto a fewer number of services while providing for training at scale, while also reducing complexity, cost, and data center footprint. We are also leveraging AMD's Instinct Infinity platform, which provides a unified fabric for connecting multiple GPUs within and across servers, delivering near linear scaling and low latency for distributed AI. Further, and there's more. Through our collaboration with AMD on software and open source frameworks, which Lisa, you talked a lot about today, including PyTorch and TensorFlow, we can bring seamless services for customers and out-of-the-box LLM experience. We talked about making it simple. This makes it incredibly simple. And we've also optimized the entire stack with Dell storage, specifically PowerScale and ObjectScale, providing ultra-low latency Ethernet fabrics, which are designed specifically to deliver the best performance and maximum throughput for generative AI training and inferencing. This is an incredibly exciting step forward. And again, effective today, Lisa, we're open for business, we're ready to quote, and we're taking orders.
I like the sound of that. Look, I mean, it's so great to see how this all comes together. Our teams have been working so closely together, over the last few years, and definitely over the last year. Tell us, though, there's a lot of co-innovation and differentiation in these solutions. So just tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, our biggest differentiator is really the breadth of our technology portfolio at Dell Technologies. Products like PowerScale, which is our one file system for unstructured data storage, has been helping customers in industries like financial services, manufacturing, life sciences to help solve the world's most challenging problems for decades as the complexity of their workflows and scale of their data estate increases. And with AMD, we are bringing these components together with open networking products and AI fabric solutions, taking the guesswork out of building tailored Gen AI solutions for customers of all sizes, again, making it simple. We have both partnered with Hugging Face to ensure transformers and LLMs for generative AI don't just work for our combined solutions, but are optimized for AMD's accelerators and easy to configure and size for workloads with our products. And in addition to that, Dell validated designs, we have a comprehensive set and a growing array of services and offerings that can be tailored to meet the needs of customers looking for a complementary Gen AI strategy consultation, all the way up to and fully managed solution for generative AI.
That's fantastic, Arthur. Great set of solutions. Love the partnership and love what we can do for our enterprise customers together. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Yeah.